get a chance to take pictures of them when they were little, but they are doing really well. In about a week, maybe 2 weeks, we'll introduce them to the rest of our flock. We have 10 ladies, larger hens that have been with us for, well, some of them have been with us for, we're going on our 4th season for homesteading. But these are all the little girls that are layers, and so, yeah. They sure are interesting. I tell you, they all have personalities, and it's kind of cool to see how they form those personalities. But we'll see how they're introduced with the other ladies in the flock. And so, hi, yeah. Right, they came to see what's going on. So this is another part of homestead life. We'll have little hens, and they'll start laying around 5 months. I should let you know what kind they are. We have a couple of buff Orpingtons. We have some blue Wyandottes. Have a couple of Australorps. Let's see, I can't remember what the white ones are, but they will end up being almost like Dalmatians. They'll be black and white spot. They're clearly white now, but I believe on their second set of feathers, chickens usually molt every year, and I believe on their second year they'll turn with their black and white spots. And we have, let's see, what else? There's one all the way over on the right side that's kind of looking up now, the one that's taller. And I'm not sure what her breed is now, but she was what we called a gold star. We got 2 of them, we've since lost them 4 years ago when we first started homesteading, and one of those ended up being one of my favorite birds. Her name is Lucy. She was in a homestead video last year, and we actually ended up losing her. She was very special to us, and she became a pet. It was kind of funny. 4 years ago, I was terrified of chickens, going back to a childhood experience of getting locked in a hen house and thinking that the birds were trying to kill me. So 4 years ago, I was terrified, had extreme anxiety. I wouldn't even go in the chicken coop. My sons and my husband had to take care of the chickens, get the eggs and everything. And I literally thought Lucy was trying to kill me. She was the friendliest bird, and I just was not ready for that. But we ended up being best friends. She would be the only one I would allow to come in my garden with me. And it was sadly, when we lost her, she is now buried with our pets. We do have a separate hen little cemetery that all of our ladies, when they pass away, and sometimes they do, that's just the nature of homesteading. They will have different issues, and sometimes birds will not last very long. And so we do have a little cemetery that the birds are buried in, but Lucy was a special part of our family, and she is buried with our kitties and our puppy that we have lost over the years, and a couple bunnies. We've lost 2 bunnies in the last 15 years that we've been here. So if you look at our barn, there are certain little places that we have for them underneath the lilac trees, but we don't really have any markers for them, but we know where they are. And so yeah, these are the ones that's looking at us right now, and she's right there. That's the same breed, even though she has a little bit more white than Lucy, but we have nicknamed or named her Lulu. So she is our second Lucy, Lulu. So she is definitely friendly. She likes to come and greet people when they come into the barn. And then we also have there's one on the very back right here, and then there's one right here, those kind of laying down, the blue Wyandottes. And the one that is right here, she had an injury when we got her. Sometimes people will go ahead and end up culling from the flock if there's an injury, but we ended up making her a brace, a little leg brace. She had a leg that was broken, and so she now has a name, and her name is Blue. She's a blue Wyandotte, but she has become a friendly bird because we've held her so much. And so yeah, she's become a little special part, and that kind of, on the farm, that kind of happens. And we do get attached to our ladies, so you know, it's, some people say don't get attached to them, but we kind of do. We did not name any from our last batch, and I say batch because we get a new crop of baby hens every year, and so these are the ones that we got this time. And there are, I believe, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are our ladies from this year. So this is just another little part of the homestead, and I will show you guys a little more as the garden comes in and things like that, and let you guys know how things are going. There was a request that someone asked for more pictures of the homestead, so I'll make sure to do that. So I better run. I got some errands to do in the garden, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys. comes Skylar. It looks like she went through a chicken plucker. She's molting. She's getting her new feathers. Hi, Skylar. We got a well summer who's limping, so I don't know what she actually did today, but that just is new today. And here's our oldest girl, Betty. Well, she turned 4 this spring. She's from our first flock, and she's the only surviving girl from our first flock. She no longer lays, but an Americana, so she laid olive eggs, 2 teal eggs. We might get 1 egg from her, maybe 2 eggs every couple months, but not a productive egg layer at that. But she's the queen of the flock, and she's a good girl. She likes to follow people around, and especially my older son when he's out working on the dirt bike trail, and she just follows him around and sees what he's up to. And there's a little red back of the compost pile. You just kind of throw things in there, and they like to, especially composting scraps from the kitchen, any kind of veggies or fruits. The girls get them, and they love as treats. So that's our little girls. We do have 10 adult layers, and they're scattered around the yard. I believe a lot are in the woods, and I'm not going to go back there because there's a lot of poison ivy back there this time of year. And then we have 10 new girls layers that we got this spring. So they actually haven't even started laying yet. They don't lay until about 5 months, and they're about 2.5 at this point. So yeah, let's go check on them. So I thought I'd take you guys into the hen house. This is where our ladies live, and so they have their food and their water in here, and of course their nesting boxes there we have, and their roosts that they like to come in on night. And if you hear some little behind the curtains over here are our new girls. We keep them separated until they get a little older, and then we'll introduce them to the flock. But let's see who's, oh, they might decide to get scared and run out. There we go. There's one of our the Americana. We got one of them this year, and we got 10 girls. So, and she's going out, so now I have to go around. But we have a little roost set up, and the food and the water and the heat lamp, which they don't use anymore. They have their feathers now, so they don't. It's warm enough here in Minnesota now, finally, in June. We finally get some 70, 80 degree weather, and it's almost been 90, which is, I love it. A Southern girl, and man, it's getting nice. I don't like anything over 100, but I like when it gets up almost to 90 here, and we don't have the humidity like I had growing up in the South, so that's not a big issue. But yeah, let's go around to their run and see, because they're all out here now. So, oh, hey Lulu, how are you? And so if you remember the other video, I'll show you guys. So hopefully they don't all come running out toward me. So there's Lulu. And then we have 2 buffs. There's one that was at the water. And my son, he took a shovel in here and kind of tilled it up, because this is where we were having our Cornish game hens. And so then we turn up the dirt after that. Get back in there. You can't, and don't peck me. Pecked my husband's knee a couple days ago. He's got a nice little scar from that, I'm sure. But yeah, you guys get out of there. And there's a black Australorp. We got 2 of those this year. No. Sorry, little girl, you're not coming out. And so yeah, now we'll just look through the fence. Let's see if I can go back up. What the white ones are, I forget their names, but my son wanted those this year, and some of them you can't tell from here. Let me back up and see if I can zoom out. Yeah, the screen was kind of making my camera blurry there, but we got 2 of those, and those will actually, after their first, maybe second molting stage, when they get their second set of feathers, they will be black and white spotted, almost like Dalmatians, but they're completely white now. They almost look like whitey, but they're not an Easter egger at all. I'm gonna lock that door back. And then we have, of course, there's little Blue who's laying down, so we're still kind of nursing her a little bit. She's the one that had the broken leg, and so we're going to see how things go with her. She does kind of get up and hop around and flap, but unfortunately, she will never be able to scratch like normal girls. But you know what? She's our special little chicken, and she has the name Blue, and then she is a blue Wyandotte, and then her sister is right behind her, the one that's preening her feathers. And so, yeah, that's... Oh, they've all come up. I know what they want. You guys know what you want. Do you want grass? You want some nice grass? Yeah, there you go. Get your greens, huh, ladies? Yeah, come get your greens. Oh, there you go. Good girl. Yeah. So yeah, the little speckled one right here is an Americana. We've got two of the Australorps, black Australorps. Lulu's a Gold Star, and since then they have changed the name of her breed like 3 or 4 times. My son is the one that is more into the chickens, and he knows the breeds and such, but yeah, I'm not sure what she is, but I think I told you guys the story that we had, and Lucy, the Gold Star, became our favorite. She was my pet. At the beginning I thought she was trying to kill me and nicknamed her Lucifer there for a while, but since this one is the same breed, I decided to name her Lulu, and hopefully she will be as friendly and as kind as Lucy was, and we'll see. But she does have a lot more white on her. Lucy was much more similar to having red and the buff color like the buff Orpingtons here, but we shall see how things go. But that's it for now. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day, and I'll check back in from the homestead later. Bye, guys.